Kashyap. Welcome Kashyap to the class. Okay, so we don't have many students who have joined us till now. So we'll wait for a few minutes. Alright. So Kashyap, how are you doing? Hello Kashyap. Hello Kashyap. Hello. Can you hear me? Abhimanyu, Gokul. Welcome Gokul. Hi. Can you listen to me everyone? Can you listen to me everyone? Hi. Yes. So we have a new friend with us today. What is her name? Rutangi. Hi Gokul, welcome back. I'm so happy to see Rebecca, Gokul, Abhimanyu back, and I'm missing Zed. Zed has not joined in the class. Zed was with us in the previous class, right? Okay. So how have you all been doing? So how was school? How was life? So did you start with history in your classes? Great. Abhimanyu is great. Lovely. So good to listen from you. Gokul, so how was school? So have you all started with your history classes? What chapter are you all doing in class? What chapter are you all doing in school? Okay, Abhimanyu has started with politics. So you're doing elections, the chapter on elections. Okay. Okay. Rebecca has just completed her SA1 exam. So you have not started with SA2 yet. Rebecca, you have not started with SA2 yet? No. Rutangi, you have exams? You have exams tomorrow. Okay. So, but still you have come to attend the class. It's lovely to see that, Rutangi. So, Rutangi, where are you from? So, since we have a new student in our class today, so let's know a little bit about her, Rutangi. From UAE where? UAE where? UAE from which school? Okay. So, Rutangi, since you are new to the class, Gokul, Rebecca, they have all have been attending my classes earlier. So let me introduce myself. I am Sushrita. Yes, Rebecca, that's a wonderful gesture. You should welcome a new student. Welcome, Rutangi. So I'm Sushrita and I will be taking your SSC classes. Okay. So all of my other students, Rebecca knows I'm not very boring. So only what you need to do is you need to listen to me carefully and be very prompt in my class. I love students who are prompt in my class. Am I boring? Don't I like my students who are quick to answer? Abhimanyu? Yes. And I want everyone one to really answer quick because today we are doing the doubt session. So have you all revised the chapter we have done earlier? Have you all revised the history chapter we had completed? Okay. So you have gone through the recording as well as the revision notes and the textbook? All of you, Gokul, Abhimanyu. Okay, wonderful. So today we are going to have some good discussion. Okay. So do you have any doubts in the chapter? Abhimanyu has gone through it partially, no issue. Have you any doubts in the chapter? Any one of you? Rebecca, any problem? Gokul, any problem in the class? No? Okay. So whatever. I know because I have been teaching you in both the classes. There were few concepts that we were unable to cover in the previous class and about which we need to discuss it a little bit in more details. Okay. So those parts we'll do today. We will also have a recap of the entire chapter because this will help Rutangi to catch up because Rutangi has not been in our previous classes. So Rutangi will catch up because we'll have the quick recap session and we will also, the most important thing about this class is, you know what, I will teach you how to answer your history question. I think so this is a problem with many, right? You often feel that in history you have to write very lengthy answers, very long answers. So I will teach you how to write because in your exams you usually have a 1-marker question, 3-marker question or a 5-marker question, right? So I will tell you, I have listed out some important questions. We will discuss those questions. And if you really listen to me carefully, I'm pretty sure you will not score poor in your history. In fact, you can stand out to be a topper in your class, definitely. Okay, so are we ready? And okay, I forgot to tell you something. I have something new for you today. Okay, so as I am pretty sure all of you have revised the previous class, today we'll have a quick rapid fire questions coming up first. So let me check who turns out to be the rapid champ today of my class. The rapid quiz competition champion. Okay, so are you all ready? Okay, all right. Rutangi, if you are unable to answer this time, no problem. So from the next time when you'll be in our classes, you can also participate. I hope so. If you know the chapter, definitely answer. Okay, Rutangi, Rebecca, ready everyone? All right. Here comes the first question, and everyone will write it in the chat box. Rutangi, you will not send any private message or raise hand. You will always post your queries in the chat box. Clear, everyone? Okay. So here comes your first question. When was the Indian Forest Service set up? When was the Indian Forest Service set up? Abhimanyu, correct, 1864. So Abhimanyu is the first student to answer this question. Abhimanyu has studied the chapter pretty well. Rebecca is lost. Okay, Rebecca is offline, no issue. So again we have the next question. So for the first question, Abhimanyu has won it. Yes, next question coming up. I have 5 questions. Which act was passed in the year 1865? Which act was passed in the year 1865? Rona, quickly answer. You have joined the class late. Which act was passed in the year 1865? Gokul has given the correct answer. Yes, Indian Forest Act. So the first answer, Abhimanyu answered correctly. Second answer, Gokul answered correctly. Ronak, we are having a rapid fire challenge. Rebecca, catch up, quick. So now we have the third question. Where is Bastar? Oh, Rebecca again. Do something. Okay, so at least for now, listen to the question because you have to answer the question first. Okay, where is Bastar located? Answer, quick. Chhattisgarh again. Abhimanyu again. Bravo, wonderful, Abhimanyu. Amazing. South, Rebecca, you are correct and very good correct, but Abhimanyu has given the answer before you. Okay. So now we move to the fourth question. Ronak, Rutangi, very good. Fourth question. Shall I ask the question? Listening, everyone. Okay. Question comes. Which colonial power ruled Java? Which colonial power ruled Java? Answer. Dutch. Rebecca has given the answer first. Very good. Very good, Rebecca. Amazing, Gokul. No, I think so. Rutangi had given, no, Gokul has given the answer first. Okay. Till now, it is Abhimanyu who is leading. Hello, Ronak, I missed you so much. You're so late in the class again. Okay, now catch up. Now answer quick. Ronak, have you revised? So answer the last question. For which product is Java famous? For which product is Java famous? Ronak is typing. Everyone is typing. Simba, no. Now. Java is famous for which? Oh, wrong answer from all. Now Java is famous for rice, right? Earlier it was known for its seed cultivation. Now it is famous for rice cultivation. I told you earlier. Hadn't I? Yes. So whatever, since Abhimanyu has asked the maximum number of questions today, and so he is the rapid champ. So everyone clap for Abhimanyu. Yes. Abhimanyu is a champion today. So let me write Abhimanyu's name here. It goes to Abhimanyu. Wow, amazing. And here I sign. Lovely. Great. So from the next time, okay, Ronak is facing some net problem. Ronak, just log out and log in once again. Okay. Others can listen to me clearly? Okay, so now for no, everyone is facing no problem with all. Everyone can listen to me clearly. Ronak, there is some problem from your end. I hope so. No one is facing any problem. Yes, I know. Okay, so whatever. Ronak, you can take a break because you have been in my both my of my classes. I will go through a quick recap. This will help Rutangi to catch up. Okay, Rutangi, just you. Okay. In the previous classes, we had this what? How forests are important to people. We depend on forests, and what are forests? It is any area that has number of trees, right? So from the earlier times, people have been dependent on the forest. So before British came to India, in the ancient and medieval period, the people were aware that forest expansion and conservation, they are two important concepts. They were aware of it. Am I correct? So I want your answers. I want everyone, Gokul, Ronak, everyone to answer yes and no. If you have not understood, say yes. If you have understood, because now I'll move really quick because I have a long class to cover today. This is going to be a little bit number of slides that I have for this class is more. Okay. All right. So, however, the situation changed with colonialism. With the coming of British, this situation changed. How did it change? The British now moved and they only thought about exploitation and deforestation of forests, right? What does deforestation mean? Clear? Okay. Why did they go for deforestation? Because, or what were the two factors or two things that deforestation included? They included because they required revenue, so the timber would get them the revenue, and they also had to exploit the forest to the proper level, means they have to adequately use forest, only then they could get the revenue. Am I correct? So there was a need of optimum utilization, correct? Yes, you have already discussed everything. You know every answer, Ronak. You know all the answers, Abhimanyu. I'm so proud of you, all my good students. So what are the causes of the Britishers cutting down trees? First one was population growth, because the population in Europe was rising. Hello Jaya, welcome to the class. So there was immense population growth in Europe in the 19th century. So you required, so everyone welcome Jaya, everyone welcome. So everyone needs to welcome Jaya. Say welcome, everyone. Yes, Rebecca says welcome to Jaya. So since the population was increasing, so you required food grains to feed them. So what will you do? You will cut down your forest and increase your cultivable land so that you can increase more production of food grains. So Ronak says, hi Jaya. Okay. It was also required for building ships and railways. We have already studied. To build ships and railways, wood was required. Moreover, people required tea, coffee, etc. So for that purpose, what was done? Forests that had huge number of varied trees that were cut down, and finally any one variety of tree was planted. Okay. Okay, no personal talking, no chit chatting now. I am dealing with the class and you are talking among yourself. Not good. Not at all good. Okay. So three main reasons for deforestation: population growth, building of ships and railways, and plantations. Very good. If you have any doubt, stop me then and there. Okay, otherwise I'll run like a tree. Okay, no doubts. So this portion we have done. To see that all deforestation and there was proper utilization of forest was being done, one person was brought in. What was the name of the person? Quickly write down the name of the person. Dietrich. What did he do? He started with a number of reforms. What was the first one? He started with the Indian Forest Service so that new officials could be brought in. There was the Imperial Forest Research Institute in Dehradun where these officials would be trained. There was scientific forestry that was synonymous to plantation. That means cutting down of different varieties of trees and planting one specific variety of tree. And also passed the Forest Act. According to the Forest Act, what happened? The tree or the forests were divided into three categories: reserved, protected, and village. Today I will discuss about this act in detail. So anyone who wants to know more about Forest Act will get the information today. Clear? Am I moving too fast? I'm moving too fast, I know, but I'm moving it because I have already discussed all these points. now you should have, totally, you have, might have, the chapter must be on your fingertips, right? It must be on your fingertips, right? So how did this change, all these forest rules affect the lives of people? The things that they did earlier became illegal. Shifting cultivation was banned, so they had to change their employment. They either moved to trading or yes, it also led to the displacement of communities. People had to move out of the forest. People took new jobs, they either took trading or they took working in plantations. However, in both the sections, their condition was not good. Abhimanyu shift cultivation I will discuss today again. So stay with me. You are a brilliant student, just stay with me. Clear, Abhimanyu? Okay. So even in the plantation, they were not treated well. They had very low payments. They had to work for very long hours. Trading also, they could not trade in forest goods. Rutangi, I know you are having some problems with the chapter, right? Rutangi, are you there in the class? Okay. Also, what had happened, the forests that were reserved where people were not allowed entry, people were not allowed to hunt. It was, if they hunted illegally, it was known as what? Poaching. Wow, Rebecca, before I'm teaching, you know the answers. Very good. This is a marvelous batch. Okay. And today I'm finding you people to be more alert. So that's good. Okay. Now, due to all these factors, that people were replaced, people had to pay heavy rents if they stayed in the reserve forest. So for all factors, and they had to serve the British, they had to give free labor. They were not paid for their labor. So all these factors, what happened? People in Bastar is where? Where is Bastar? Bastar is a district in Chhattisgarh. People in Bastar, they started revolting. What did they do? They looted bazaars, they burned police stations, they attacked lawmakers. MP at that time, yes. At that time it was MP, now it is Chhattisgarh. Who has given me this answer? Ronak. Wow, Ronak. You're right, right? That is the reason I missed you in the previous class when you had not come to the class. And you were late, you went for your basketball classes. Don't miss the classes. Okay. What was the result of this? What had happened was that British took almost 3 months to control the situation. Just imagine how big this movement was. Okay. Moreover, the area that was once under reserve forest, that was reduced to half. Okay. Yes, Feb to May. Gokul has also studied. Oh my God. I'm so happy with my batch today. Okay. Alright. Now, after Bastar, we come to Java. Situation in Java was the same. Here, instead of the British who were ruling, who were the colonial authority? The Dutch. And where is Java? Java, Ronak knows the answer. It is in Indonesia. So here also, forests were being cleared. Wood was being cut for building of sleepers, for ships. What had happened here also? There was ban on forest. Villagers were not allowed to enter forest. Villagers protested under who was the leader? Who was the leader of Java? Samin, yes. So Samin said, you won't pay taxes, you won't give free labor, you won't pay fines. Okay. So Gundadur was the year of Bastar. Gokul, what has happened? You are not listening. Gokul, I know my mistake, but it's okay. So who was the leader? Samin. So again, Dutch, as you know, they were very foolish people. What did they do? They burnt all those woods because they feared the Japanese would take over the land. Such foolish people. Oh my God, I am just so thrilled to teach you people. Lovely. Okay, result. What happened when finally Java became independent, not under any authority or any colonial power? So naturally, when the natives started ruling, they realized that they have already lost so much of forest. So they have to look for protection, preservation and conservation of forest, right? So they protected the forest by sacred groves. They also patrolled the forest, they surveyed the land, they controlled illegal deforestation. So in that way, they were able to bring the situation under control. Okay? Yes, they started protecting their forest. Till now, no problem. Any problem, any doubt? I just want to listen to our new students speak. Our new student, where is our new student, Rutangi? No problem. Have you understood anything of what I have taught in my class today, till now? Rutangi? Yes, understood. Wow, Rutangi, lovely. Okay. So, the best way to remember this topic is you have to understand the similarity between the two countries. The situation in India was just the same as the situation in Java. In both the countries, laws were passed. People face lot of problem. Yes, I will. Okay, I will. Rutangi, your social teacher teaches in the same way. Yes. So yes, Gokul, I will discuss some classes. I will discuss the questions. That is what is there in the doubt session. So you need not worry. So forest laws were enacted. Severe hardships the villagers faced. There was no access. People were not allowed to enter the forest. Punishments were given if you enter the forest illegally. People required permits to enter the forest. Even though they had permits, often constables they harassed the people. Timber could only be cut from some reserve forest, some protected forest, not from all forests. And in both the countries, what was it? Yes, watchman was there. And in both the countries, scientific forestry was practiced. Here, Rebecca, doubts? Any doubts? Ronak, any doubts? No. Crystal clear, says Rebecca. Yes, Abhimanyu knows this good point. Abhimanyu, this point I will discuss in details today. So need not. So I know you know the point, but I'll discuss. Okay. Okay. So now, first of all, we'll discuss few concepts that I have not discussed in the previous classes. Clear? Out of it, the first important thing is Forest Act. All of you know forests were divided into how many categories? How many categories? 3 categories. Okay, Abhimanyu is Arjun's son. Ronak knows it. Okay, so they are reserved, protected, and village. What were the reserve forests? Can anyone tell me what were the reserve forests? The reserve forests usually had the best quality timber. They had the best quality wood. That is the reason all activities were prohibited. That is, no natives could enter the forest. There was no access, no permit, no entry, no access. All kind of access, all kind of activities were banned. Why? Why is the reason? What is the reason? Because these forests has the best quality timber. Clear? Am I clear, everyone? Okay. So shall I proceed to the next type of forest? Yes. Yes, Ronak has given a very good point. The British thought that if the natives they entered the forest, probably they'll misuse the best quality timber. So it's better don't allow them any entry. Okay. All right. Now protected forests. Okay, Rutangi, I have a question. Even in your school, you're taught with the help of these flowcharts, or are you taught directly from the textbook? What? No, you're not taught from the flowcharts, right? So we follow flowcharts, Rutangi. I have not told you. We follow flowcharts. Why? Because it helps us to remember the facts easily. Isn't it? Okay. So if you remember the slides, you will remember the chapter. Rutangi, okay? Okay. Alright. Ronak says, now the next type of forest is the protected forest. Protected forest was customary grazing rights were given, where people had permits to do certain activities. Not all categories, not all activities, but certain activities you can do. Why? Yes, Abhimanyu has given the correct answer, because this kind of forest, they had moderate quality timber. Not the best or not the finest quality, but moderate quality. So naturally you could enter in these forests if you had timber, and you could do some activities. Clear, everyone? Any doubts? Rebecca? No doubts. So I'm proceeding to the next one. Village forest. Now, what were village forests? Village forests were those forests that were just next to the villages, just next to the villages. So, if this is your village, the forest surrounding this area, in this area, this is the village forest. In the village forest, Ronak knows all the answer. Oh my God, Ronak, you have studied the chapter so well. So, in these forests, you could just enter, do anything. You could practice cultivation, you could hunt, you could collect wood. Why? Why? What is the reason? Many kinds of trees grow, not the best quality, not the finest quality timber was grown. So everyone was allowed entry. So if you have any requirement from the forest, you could get it fulfilled from the village forest. Clear, everyone? So it was limit of your subsistence needs. Means for your survival, whatever kind of needs you required from the forest, you could fulfill that. Clear, everyone? Shall I proceed to the next point? Yo, says Ronak. Yes. Alright. Now, Blank Dong Dynasty system. Those who have studied the chapter will know this. Abhimanyu had already given us a hint. So what is Blank Dong Dynasty? See, whenever you have problem remembering big names, break the word. So what is the word? How much? Blank Dong Dynasty 10. So Blank Dong Dynasty 10. Yes, Blank Dong Dynasty 10. Amazing. Jaya, very good. I'm so proud of you. Yes, even though you're breaking the word, please remember the spelling. Please go through the spelling so that you don't make silly spelling mistakes in your paper. Am I clear? So, see, your teacher pleads it to you. Please learn the spelling and go to class. Clear? Okay. So, now, Blank Dong Dynasty. What is Blank Dong Dynasty? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me? So, no one is giving me the answer, so I have to do the job. So, basically, this is a forest, okay, and it has the best quality timber. Alright. Now, you are not allowing anyone to enter this forest. But there are a number of activities that had to be done in this forest. For example, cutting down of trees, carrying the logs. So who will do all these jobs? You need the natives to do these jobs, right? So you have to allow, yes, you have to allow some natives to stay in the forest. Okay, so some natives were allowed to stay in the forest. Those natives who were allowed to stay in the forest, initially, they had to pay some rents for staying in that reserved area. Okay. Others were thrown out. Yes, that is the reason there was so much of displacement. So, some were allowed to stay, and for that purpose, they had to pay rents. But later on, what did the Dutch do? They said, okay, you don't have to pay the rents. Just don't pay the rents. But instead, you have to do something else. What was that? You have to work for free. Gokul knows the answer. Very good. You have to work for free. So we won't pay you the money. You won't pay us the, neither will we pay you any money, nor will you pay us the rent. Instead, you will work for us for free. So just for giving them the right to stay in the land, what did they say? Now pay us by providing free labor to us. So they had to pay labor, free labor, they were not paid for it. The only privilege that they got was they could stay in their own homes. They were not displaced. Clear? Is the point clear? Rutangi, is the point clear? Okay. So Rutangi, now I am as good as your school teacher. So you'll give me full marks for that. So my answer don't like me, I know that. So, but I hope so Rutangi likes me. Rebecca? Okay. Now, Rutangi is a new student, so anyway. Okay, now I know this is one point that we'll discuss right now. Is about commercial forestry. Okay. Now this commercial forestry is there in your textbook, but nothing is explained properly. Okay, enough. Okay. Okay, Ronak, thank you so much. You are a wonderful student. Now it's okay, Ronak. Okay. Now, whenever you're, for example, this kind of question is asked, what is commercial forestry? Notice that this word is made up of two words. Okay, so we have commercial and forestry. So what does commercial mean? Commercial means buying or selling of goods. Anything that you buy or sell becomes commercial. Okay. Forestry is what? Is a science of growing trees in the forest. Alright. So today what is commercial forestry? Selling of forest goods and services so that your market demands can be fulfilled, right? Commercial forestry is basically you have demand in the market. Okay. People are demanding, we want more ship, we want railway sleepers. For that purpose, what did you do? You cut down forests, had plantations, sold the timber, so there was selling. So you first of all grew the forest, you were growing trees in the forest, then you sold the timber in the forest, so it becomes a commercial activity. So forestry becomes a commercial activity. So it is commercial forestry. Clear? Point is clear? Yes. So, okay. Now can you tell me how was commercial forestry implemented in India? How could commercial forestry be executed? The policy of commercial forestry could be executed with the four policies we have already studied. That is what had been introduced by Brandeis. That is by Indian Forest Services, Imperial Forest Research Institute, Scientific Forestry Act. So all these four together helped to commercialize forestry. All these four policies together help to commercialize, not scorched earth policy. Not scorched earth policy. Scorched earth policy is what? You are burning the timber. If you are burning the timber, how will you sell the timber? Isn't it? You have to do something that will help you to optimum, that will help you to use the forest resources to the maximum, to the optimum. So, to use it to the optimum, these were the four things that were introduced. Right? It's very simple. Am I clear? This batch has no problem understanding the chapter. So are you really understanding or you're just typing yes, no, yes, no? I hope so you're understanding, right? Okay. We had a question about shifting cultivation. Abhimanyu. Okay, shifting cultivation, you know, whenever you're moving from one place to another is shifting, right? Today you were staying in, for example, in Delhi. Tomorrow you shifted or you moved to Bombay. Next day you moved to Chennai. So that is shifting. You're shifting from one place to another. Similarly, when you shift the your cultivation area from one place to another, that is shifting cultivation. Okay. What do the farmers do? These cultivators usually lived in forests. So what did they do? They burned the forests. From burning that forest, the ash that was collected, okay, that served to fertilize the soil. That helped to make the soil better. Along with the rain, the soil became fertile. Then on that fertile soil, new kinds of new trees or new plants were planted. Seeds were sown. Okay. So they grew. When they grew, these were harvested. Crops were harvested. After that, this land was left fallow or barren for huge number of years. Almost 12 to 18 years, these lands are left barren. That is, no cultivation is done. Why? So that the lost fertility can be regained. Naturally, if they are leaving the soil for 12 to 18 years, they must be doing something else. So what do they do is, after harvesting, they move to another plot. Okay, they move to another plot and start cultivation there. So that is the reason they move from one place to another. Yes, you are not exhausting any one kind of soil. You are moving from one place to another. So wherever you are going, you are using it, you are again letting it gain its own fertility. You are not exhausting the soil. You are not exhausting the fertility of the soil. Yes, Abhimanyu, now you have understood? Yes, Raunak is correct. He says shifting cultivation is a way by which we can regulate the fertility of the soil naturally. You're not adding artificial fertilizers, nothing, no artificial manure. Burning down trees, using the ash as fertilizer. Simple. Okay. All right. Now we come to the important questions. Okay. Now, before I discuss important questions, yes, Abhimanyu, you're correct. That is bad for the trees, naturally taken down trees. See, every process has some pros and some cons. So the pros of this system was that you're enhancing or you're maintaining the fertility of the soil. But on the other hand, you're actually destroying trees. That is also there. So see, from here you can get another question. What are the advantages and disadvantages of shifting cultivation? See? So it's very good to question the things you are studying. It's amazing, very good. Okay, so now, whenever we are discussing, when you're writing answers, usually you get a 1-marker question or a 3-marker question or 5-marker question. First of all, we will be discussing 1-marker questions. Okay, now, whenever you are having 1-marker questions, try to write the answer in one single sentence or maximum 2 sentences, not more than that. If you're writing it more than or longer answer, you're actually wasting your time. Clear, Rebecca? Rutangi? Abhimanyu? Ronak? Yes. Okay. Now, so Abhimanyu needs example. That is what I'm doing here. Okay, so the first question is, what is deforestation? If the question asks you, what is deforestation? What will you write? Cutting down of trees on large scale. Yes. So, the answer is deforestation is the clearance or removal of forests or stand of trees where the land is thereafter converted for non-forest use. That is, non-forest use means what? You are not grow trees again. But instead it could be used for other purposes. It could be used for cultivation, or you could be constructing houses there. So when you're cutting down forests abruptly for some other purpose other than growing forest is what deforestation is. Clear? So you see, this is 1-line answer, not more than that. Answer clear, everyone? So I know this question was very simple. You already know the answer of. But I was just discussing this question so that you know how to write answers. Clear? Okay. Why did the British encourage commercial crops? Now, what are commercial crops? Before I discuss, what are commercial crops? Anyone can give me the answer? I'm waiting for the answers. What are commercial crops? Yes. All those crops that are usually bought or sold to earn profits. Any crops that are used or sold for profits is commercial crops. So, for example, I can sell tea, I can sell rice, I can sell wheat. So, if I sell all these, I will gain some profit, right? Okay. So, why did the British encourage commercial crops? Who can tell me? Can anyone know? Does anyone know the answer? Everyone is writing. So I'll give everyone more money. Okay. And Gokul, that is correct. Rutangi, more money. Other than that, exchange of things. Yes, it gives them the products for war. Correct. So, commercial crops. What were few commercial crops? Wheat, cotton, sugarcane, jute. There are few commercial crops. Okay. So, what did they do? They first of all provided you with a raw material industries. For example, cotton. Cotton could be made into cloth or textile. So that will provide you with the raw material. It also gave you the food grains. Naturally, you have to feed your population. So 2 reasons. Raw material, food grains. And you can also write about earning revenue. That can also be a point. Okay. Now, see, the same question, this question has been listed down for a 1 marker answer. Okay. Now think, if the same question has been asked for a 3 marker question, if this question I make it into a 3 marks question, how will you write the answer? What changes you will make? You won't just write that they had to encourage raw material production or just for food waste. You have to write something else. So what else will you write to make this 1 marker answer into a 3 marker answer? What extra will you write? Yes, 2 points, yes. So you can write, yes, you can first of all give what are commercial crops. After that, you can also write few examples of commercial crops. Then come to the 2 points of commercial crops. Correct? If it is a 5 marker answer, you can write more. What will you write? That the British encouraged the cultivation of commercial crops by clearing of forest. Isn't it? They led to the establishment of plantations. What are commercial crops? How commercial forestry or commercial crops were encouraged? Many points you can add. So as the marks increase, you need to put in more effort and you need to write more points. Any one incident of commercial crops means? Abhimanyu, your question is not very clear. How they help them in production? Yes. How they help them in production? Production of what? Rutangi, can you please frame your question once again? I'm just waiting. Typed by mistake. Okay. Now, what are railway sleepers? Who can tell me what are railway sleepers? So here I have, you can see the railway tracks here. These are the railway tracks. And you see the wooden panel here. These are the wooden panels or the wooden planks. Right. So, railways are wooden planks that are laid across or horizontally laid across tracks. What is the importance? Why is it done? Because it helps to keep the tracks in position. Okay. Am I clear? Yes, even if a train is crossing, it won't let the tracks move from their position. So it will also avoid accidents. So for that purpose, you require sleepers. Clear? All right. Who are the bygars? Who can tell me who are the bygars? Who can tell me? Have any one of you come across this name? Ronak, amazing. Yes, that is also a point. Who are the bygars? No idea. No one has any idea? Who are the bygars? Okay, I will tell you. Bygars were a tribe who practiced shifting cultivation, and they are found or they reside in the states of Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand and Uttarakhand. It's enough for a 1 mark answer. Yes, this is enough for a 1 mark answer. So not only bygars, if you get question regarding any tribe, for example, who are the Murya-Gonds, who are the Marya-Gonds, you can write such answers. So these are the people who were cultivators who resided in Chhattisgarh. Enough. 1 mark answers, enough. Okay? Alright. Now we move to the next slide. This question we'll discuss later on. Can someone tell me or come up with some other names of shifting cultivation? Okay, now see. This question has been listed down. Crop rotation. Okay, and Ronak has only given me the answer. Rebecca, Rutangi, Gokul, Sweden agriculture. Very good, Rebecca. Some other local names? Do you remember any? No. Okay. So, 3 marks question now I've asked you. So, maximum you can write about any. Yes, Gokul, Peda. So you can write about any three names. Okay. Now, if it is a 3-mark answer, it is also safe to write in just one line. Write what is shifting cultivation. Okay. You can just write one line what is shifting cultivation, and then at least write 1 or 2 names. For example, it is known as lading in Southeast Asia. It is known as milfa in Central America, kavi in Africa, Chena in Sri Lanka, and these are several names in India. So write any you remember, just write it, and in one sentence also write what is shifting cultivation. Am I clear? Vitangi, am I clear? Rutangi has cleared. So Rutangi, any doubt till now? Rebecca, Ronak, Gokul? No doubt. Okay. Now another thing is, whenever you are going through your history chapters, often questions come for map-based questions. Map-based questions are also very important. So am I not? Doesn't it come? Map-based questions, it comes, right? Yes. So here we have few map-based questions. Okay. Now let's read out the question. Mark the places on the political map from where the following leaders belong. What are the names of the leaders? Birsa Munda, Gundadur, and Alluri Sitarama Raju. Yes, I'll come to that. Okay. Now in your prescribed syllabus, you just have to study about Gundadur. Okay. However, in your textbooks, you will just find the names of these two people also, Birsa Munda and Alluri Sitarama Raju. They, like Gundadur, they were also tribal leaders, but they functioned from different states. They did not belong to Chhattisgarh, they worked in different states. Okay, so that is enough. You don't have to learn too much about Birsa Munda and Raju. Just remember, they were also tribal leaders like Gundadur, who fought for the rights of the forest society. Clear? Okay, now let us see from where did these people belong. Birsa Munda belonged from Jharkhand. So let us remember in this way. Okay, so you mark it. So where is Jharkhand? Jharkhand is somewhere here. This is in pink. It is marked Jharkhand. Okay, BJ. From Chhattisgarh, who came? Gundadur came from Chhattisgarh. All of you know that. Andhra Pradesh. Who came from Andhra Pradesh? Alluri Sitarama Raju. Okay. So now see, how will you remember? This question you have already studied. Okay. Just remember one name. Alluri Sitarama Raju came from Andhra Pradesh. So you can easily remember by stating that A and A. Isn't it? Alluri and Andhra Pradesh. You will never forget this. AA. Okay. Now, Gundadur and Chhattisgarh you will never forget because this is there in your class book or it is in your textbook. So the only name that you have to remember is Birsa Munda and Jharkhand. So your stress has been reduced. Your task has been reduced. Remember A means okay, Alluri means Andhra Pradesh and GC means GC I already know because that is there in my syllabus. Jharkhand and Birsa Munda is my task. So I have to just remember Birsa Munda and Jharkhand. This is the way you should remember your maps. Also remember Gunda Chhattis. Yes, Chhattis number. Okay. Now also remember that the three states we are talking about is almost linked to one another. See, first comes Jharkhand, then comes Chhattisgarh, then comes Andhra Pradesh. So whenever map-based questions comes out, just remember these three names. That these are the only three states you have to remember. Don't run from within some other states. It is only Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh and Andhra Pradesh. Chhattis ki Gunda. Chhattis ki Gunda. Okay, Gokul. Okay, Chhattis ki Gunda. Remember in whatever means you wish to. Okay, Chhattis ka Gunda is correct, I think. Okay. Now, next one. We have the names of few. Even I am very poor in Hindi. My Hindi is also not very good. Okay. So we have three tribes. Okay. We have three tribes. Yes, they can ask it in any other way, Abhimanyu. But basically in your textbook, see everybody, what you have to remember is, in your textbook there is only the name of these three leaders that have been given. Okay, not much information about Birsa Munda and Raju is required. Just remember the state. So in whatever way the question is asked, just whatever way the question is asked, you know the facts. So the question may be asked straight, it can be asked in roundabout manner, but whatever it is, Birsa Munda will always belong from Jharkhand, Alluri will always belong from Andhra, and Gunda will always belong from Chhattisgarh. Simple. Okay. Now, mark the forest communities and political map. So we have the names of three tribes. So let us see what is the question. From we have to mark from which state they belong. So from Jharkhand, who comes from Jharkhand? B, it is the Oraons. So Oraons come from Jharkhand. Assam, who comes from Assam? The Santhals come from Assam. Gonds, C comes from Chhattisgarh, isn't it? Because we have studied about the Maria Gonds and Muria Gonds. So Gonds, Chhattisgarh, Assam is Santhal, Jharkhand is Oraon. So again we are just moving in and around that way. Yes, remember in those forms. SAJOCG. Lovely. SAJOCG. Lovely. Ronak has understood. Rutangi has also understood. Okay. So shall we proceed to the next question? Yes. Okay. Let's see what we have in the next question. Now we have come to the 5 marker questions. Okay. Why did the British oppose shifting cultivation? We have already done this question earlier. Rebecca, yes, 1 point is forest fire. Second, Rutangi, any of the points? Can you come up with any reason? Taxes, tax, okay. Rutangi, only tax and this or some other reason is also there. Gokul, labor requirement. Labor requirement. How labor requirement? How labor requirement? Gokul, your point is okay, but how labor requirement? Please justify. Can you come up with any reason? Why are you talking about labor requirement? Yes, to preserve. Yes, British needs labor for work, but this is not related to this answer, right? Shifting cultivation, why did the British ban? We have already done that earlier. Reason is, the area that could have been used for timber production is not being done for that purpose. You are unnecessarily cutting down woods. That is true. Dangerous because there is always a forest fires. Tax calculation, naturally they are always moving from one place to another. No one knows what they are producing, so there is no proper listing. So that is the reason correction of taxes also becomes very difficult. Correct? Okay. So why did the British oppose shifting cultivation? Now, if it is a 3 marker answer, you can just write the 3 points. Now, if you have a 5 marker answer, you need to write something more, little more. So what you can do, again, write what is shifting cultivation in one line, then state these 3 points, and also explain the consequences. Consequences for what? That because of all these things, people had to move out, some people had to change the occupation, some resisted by rebellion. So together you can make it a 5 markers answer. Moreover, if you are able to explain every point properly, you have scored full 5 out of 5. But just don't make those silly spelling errors or grammatical errors. That is not my point. So that is how you have to improve. Okay. So how many, who amongst you makes the maximum spelling mistakes? Because me in school, I used to make immense spelling mistakes. So who makes a lot of spelling mistakes in class? Not you, Ronak. Okay. Till 5th only Rutangi made mistakes, but then she has now improved. Okay. Alright. Now, is this point clear? Was this slide clear? Oh. How were the forests affected by war? Who can tell me the answer? It's a very simple answer. How were the forests affected by wars? Deforestation, yes, because there was ruthless cutting down of trees, means no control over cutting down of trees, because people require trees, they require more of timber for war needs. Okay, so what happened? Scorched earth, yes, the Dutch feared that Japan will take over, so burn all the trees. So all these points you have to write down. So in India, what happened? So in India, what happened? That even Britishers, they required wood for fighting the wars. Even the Britishers, they fought the First World War and the Second World War. So for all fulfilling the war needs, they had to cut down the forest. So deforestation. So one thing is, first point can be deforestation. Okay. Second point is, naturally when deforestation is occurring, no trees. So what did the rich people do? Deforested land. Okay, they started controlling the deforested land and they started expanding cultivation. Clear? So naturally if you are cutting down trees, your land is empty. The rich people what will do? Okay, now alright, no trees, now I have money, I will start cultivation. That is what happened. So this becomes your second point. Third point was the scorched earth policy that happened. That the Dutch, because of their foolish thought process, they burned all the trees and timber. Clear? What was the fourth one? There was so much of a plunder, so there is so chaos in the country. No one is looking into what is happening. Even the natives, they entered the forest, they took wood and they planted and they played with, they totally, they were wasting, they harassed nature in a way. Everyone, they were cutting down, ruthless deforestation happening, all because of those wars. So you can also write about plunder or looting. Yes, naturally, when there is a war, no one sees as to what is happening. Who is going to take care of forests? Who is going to see to the conservation? Better loot it, plunder the forest. That is what happened. Okay. Again, similarly, the Japanese again did the same thing. They also exploited the forest. So you can write about exploitation under Japan. Okay, so you have 5 points to answer a 5-pointer answer. Clear, everyone? Now tell me if you have any doubts. We are almost through. We are through with the class. So do you have any doubts? Okay. All right. Now, before doing that, I have a question in mind. Okay. This question is, now anyone who answers the question correctly will be declared as the champion of the class today. Okay. So everyone is ready? Everyone is ready? Shall I ask the question? Okay. The question is, do you think, now you know in both the countries, scientific forestry was practiced. So the question is, do you think scientific forestry was really scientific? You tell the answer and we will tell the question. Okay. Do you think scientific forestry was really scientific? First of all, answer in yes or no. Answer in yes or no. Gokul says yes. Rebecca says no. Okay. Or no. Okay. Abhimanyu partially. And where is Ronak gone? Rutangi, did you think over it? Rutangi partially. Why? Now I want the explanation. Now we have plenty of time in hand. I want the answer from everyone. So quickly write the answer. Why do you think? What do you think? That is, Rebecca says it was only planting row wise and no good for ordinary people. Yes, this is a good point. Gokul. Very good. Then, so Rebecca has given her answer, Gokul has given her answer. Now I am waiting for Ronak, Abhimanyu. Ronak. Ronak is writing. Okay. Now, so Gokul has given a good answer. So, Ronak, shall I wait for you? Ronak, Abhimanyu, shall I wait for you people? Very good, Abhimanyu. Very good. Next. Yes. So, basically, if such questions come, the reason why I asked you this question is these kind of questions usually come as a debate based question, right? Where you can have two versions. You can either say yes or either you can say no. Alright. So if you are saying yes, that yes, it was a scientific forestry was really scientific, then do give the answer that has been written by Ronak. Ronak says it is science because ultimately when you're cutting down trees, you're doing it for a purpose. You're cutting down trees with an agenda, that is to feed the people. So it is scientific. You have to fulfill. It's not scientific. Why? Because again, Gokul and the others have also given the answer. It is because it is not helping the poor. It is not helping the general people. Whatever happened actually was used for the betterment of the British. Instead, there was also what had happened is you are destroying the forests. You are cutting down trees. You are destroying nature. Okay. So either you can support yes, either you can support no. You can also write partially. When you are writing it partially, you have to state both the versions. Clear? So basically what I'll say is today's champion of the class is all my students because everyone has given the right answer and because everyone was awesome in the class. So a clap for each one of you. Just clap for each one of you. Say wonderful, we have done awesome in the class today. Come on, clap for yourself, my students. What has happened? Clap for yourself. Okay. Oh my God, my students have run away from the class. Yes. Okay. Gokul, but tomorrow, okay. Now, before that, you always know you have a homework. Rutangi, we have a homework in a class every day. So, Rebecca knows, Abhimanyu knows. So, today's homework is actually the easiest of all. Okay, what is the homework? Today, you have a class test to answer. Okay, so here I will have any of you answered any class tests earlier with meditation in your live classes? Any one of you? Yes, 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 not yet. Abhimanyu has not answered. Rebecca has done. Gokul has done. So similarly, as you answered it for the other classes, you will be doing it for today's class also. And please, it is a request, do take the class. Please don't run away after watching this class. Do take the chapter test. Okay. Now, for those who have not done it earlier, I'll tell you, just go to the page after you finish this class, the page where you see the recording. So, usually you have the name of the class, you have the date written. Who has not answered this, done this earlier? Abhimanyu, you have not done this earlier, right? So, usually you have the name of the class, the date, the duration, the name of the teacher, and then you get the option of view recording, right? Just after view recording, when this class will get over, if you hover the mouse just in this area, you will see you will get an option called start test. Ronak, yes, I have Windows 10 in my system. It is for free, I know that. Thank you for that wonderful information, Ronak. Okay. Rutangi, no, you cannot do it tomorrow because what will happen is this test will get activated immediately after this class is over. Okay, so you have to take the test. This is just a 10 minutes test. It won't take you much long. Just answer it. Whatever you have done today, you will have a quick revision of. Okay. So start test and do it. Ronak, this is in the studio. This is in the class. The place from where I'm taking it, that has Windows 7. Now I won't talk to you in that way. Okay. Now just pay attention to what I'm saying. No, it won't be available tomorrow also. It will be available just for the next half an hour. Okay, everyone? Alright. Now, another homework. Do it seriously because I need your feedback. Without your feedback, I cannot proceed further. Okay, I need to know whether you are understanding in my class, whether I am teaching you well, do you like my class or not? Because until and unless you give me the feedback, how will I make my changes? Now, if, for example, if you tell that no, Sushrita ma'am is a very boring teacher, so I will try to make myself better. So whatever is your feedback. So whatever, if you feel I am a good teacher, so am I a good teacher? Have you been, if I have been able to clear your doubts, yo, rocket man. So I have been a good teacher, very good. So you, okay, Abhimanyu and the others. So this is also your homework, okay? You have a mail ID given here. It says care@meritnation.com. Okay. So do one thing when you are done with the class, just send your feedback as to how you like me, whether you like my class, whether you like the teacher, whether you like the slides or not. Everything should be noted down. So, okay, and make it a point, all my good students, please, I plead you, after every class, do send your feedback. So, I don't think you all keep on typing your messages and have chat over your phone. You can do this much for me, right? So, give your feedback and I will be waiting for your feedback and just see if I don't get your feedback. No, I won't take your classes next time. I'll send a very angry teacher who will come to your class with a boring face. Okay, so send your feedbacks, everyone. Okay. All right. One thing more. Tomorrow, since we are done, okay, first of all, congrats everyone and yippee because we have finished the first chapter that was there in your SA2 syllabus. We have done with the first history chapter. Okay. Yes. So, tomorrow we are going to start with civics. Okay. So, tomorrow's chapter will be elections in India, or the name of the chapter is electoral politics. So if you get time, I won't force you much. If you get time, just go through the revision notes that is given on the Merit Nation site. Just go through it. This will help you to understand what I will teach because tomorrow's class is going to be, okay, one thing more. Tomorrow's class is going to be a very lengthy class. Okay. So please come to the class quickly. Join it soon as possible. Don't be late to the class tomorrow. Otherwise, tomorrow I won't be able to wait for you. I will just rush. Yes, you two people, you two drink glucose and come to class tomorrow. But tomorrow's class is going to be interesting because there are a lot of figures and good images there. So it won't be boring, I would say. Okay. So what are your homeworks? First homework, take the class test. Come on everyone, write I will take the class test. First of all, write I will take the class test. Everyone, I want everyone to write I will take the class test. Because I will see your sheets tomorrow. If I don't get the reports that I get to know somebody has not taken the test, just see what I'll do. Okay. Okay. What is your next? Yes, Rutangi is correct. Give the feedback. Now write, I'll write the feedback. Okay. Rebecca, Rutangi, care at the rate of wonderful students. And the revision notes is up to you if you get time because many students have their exams. So I won't force you much. If you get time, then get prepared for it. Otherwise, tomorrow's class I'll teach you. It is a very easy chapter. Okay, so now for now, tata, bye bye, and meet you tomorrow, same time. Come to class early tomorrow, please. Alright? Okay, bye bye.